All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for your patience. We are starting our Committee of Public Works. With us tonight are all the trustees, Reverend Ann Kudo, and has this meeting been publicly noted?
Yes.
Great. We are recording.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, good. We have one agenda item for this evening, and that is to consider ordinance number 3082, amending chapter 220 of the Village Municipal Code, brush, grass, and weeds. Tonight's presenter is Nicole Brazen.
Okay, so this is an ordinance that the Conservation Committee has been working on. Here, if you have any questions. They amended chapter 220. A couple of the changes are that a permit will no longer be required for natural lawns. And the other change is that natural lawns may extend up to the sidewalk without the need for a special privilege. Would you like to add anything?
We're gonna feed the bees.
Perfect.
Yeah, one of the things that is added in this new ordinance is a statement of purposes, which we don't have in the current ordinance. And so it acknowledges what Shorewood residents and people around the globe understand. The plight of pollinators, need for wildlife corridors, and loss of plant biodiversity, which are, reasons to promote these kinds of native plantings. And with the idea that the Shorewood yards can make a difference.
That's fantastic. I really appreciate all your hard work you guys put into this. I think I find it to be a very important topic, and like I said before, I look forward to moving this forward, but would also love to hear from my fellow trustees here if they have any thoughts on this.
I'm looking forward to voting in favor of it. I've monitored it over about 2 years.
Couple of years.
Committee, and it's there's been a lot of discussion at the Conservation Committee and research into what other communities have done around the state, and a real desire from the community to just make it easier to have native grasses and native plants in your lawn. So I want to thank all the committee members who worked for so long on this, and I'm looking forward to getting this stuff. It'll be a nice change.
Maybe we should observe that we've been in contact, collaborated with village staff to try and make this something that really works for sure.
Great. Yeah, no
They've
doubt.
been agreed.
Yeah.
They've been agreed to work with. We also have a resident, Donna, online.
Hi, Donna.
If you'd be.
Hello.
Yeah, and I'd like, if Trustee Kudo has any further comments, he does not. So Donna, if you have anything to follow up with, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, it appears to me that there's a contradiction about the right-of-way, plantings in the right-of-way. In the whereas you're stating that you want to permit plantings in the right-of-way, but down in section 220-3A, it's stating that you still need a permit.
Yeah, please.
There's two kinds of right of ways. This is something I learned in this process. So there's the right of way between the sidewalk and the street. And then there's the right of the way between the sidewalk and what the village recognizes as the beginning of your property line. Your front yard does not go all the way to the sidewalk. The village has an easement there. So the place where we don't need to have permitting, if this ordinance passes, is in the part between the sidewalk and what you understand is your front yard. The place where permitting would still be required is in the area between the sidewalk and the curb.
Okay. I've actually been working on this topic probably for more than 10 years. There was a group of us who were trying to get plantings in the right of way back then. I was very much under the impression that we were going to be including the space between the sidewalk and the street curb, and was hoping that that was going to be included.
That was a topic of discussion.
Right.
However, It was not something that was included due to the significant disruption that at times occurs between the sidewalk and the roadway.
And it's not forbidden by the ordinance. The ordinance says that if you want to do that, you need to go through a permitting process. So the village wants to look at what your plan is.
Okay. And that's a permanent permit, not an annual permit.
I forget the timeline on it.
I understood it to be permanent, but
Okay.
I don't know that it specifies it in the language.
Donna, please feel free to email one of us, the village manager, Ewald, or myself, and we will make sure that we follow up with you on that.
Okay. Thank
There's
you.
Also the 3-foot height limit for plantings. In any public right of way, which includes that parkway, which goes to the curb, and the area from the sidewalk into the front yard.
And that's not forbidden. It's just another thing that requires special permission.
That's great. I wonder if there's a way we could delineate the both right of ways in this, just to avoid confusion.
Gee, I'd love that.
Wait, could I get that question again? Because there is more specific language in the new ordinance
Yeah.
than there was
In the old
in
one.
the old one. That's why the parkway is specifically mentioned
Mhm.
and the front lot line is specifically
Good, okay.
mentioned.
I just wanted to address Donna's concern because she seemed to have mild confusion and she was,
Okay.
seemed to be in touch with this topic. And I want to make sure that more people that are reading this aren't as sort of thrown off by that language. So, and if you guys clarify that in the new ordinance, that's great.
I like that suggestion though. Perhaps when we, like as an FAQ on the website, if people want to go look for the permit, we can just give a visual. Helpful for people.
Yeah, stuff like that would be great. I know the right of way is always so confusing for folks. So the more we can educate, the better. Fantastic. Anybody else have any thoughts or if not, I would look forward to a motion.
Sure. I move to. I move to approve amending chapter 220 of the village municipal code for brush, grass, and weeds.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. 6:26.
For the
Yay,
record.
But there needs to be an adjournment motion.
Second.
we are adjourned at 6:26. Thank you guys for your hard work. Really appreciate it. It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Thank you, Donna.
Takes so long.
Imagine all in there.